Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss something very fundamental once it comes to building up your long-term saving. And we are looking for some instrument which is not related to market, which is risk-free. So PPF is one such instrument we all know about. Here in my video, I'm going to discuss each and everything about PPF. At the end of the video, we will take one illustration and we will discuss the examples by which we understand eligibility related to loan, maturity amount, and premature closure. So let's get started. So first thing about what PPF is. You all know about the Public Provident Fund. It is a government-backed scheme which is having a tenure of 15 years. That is a long-term saving instrument. It is very reliable and popular because people know that it is not related to market, so risk is not there, and they can secure your financial future by putting certain amount apart from other instrument as well. What are the objective? Objective is definitely long term because once it comes to tenure, it is more than 10 years, 15 years. You can withdraw your amount in between, but there are certain conditions. It's long term saving by instrument category. Objective is to inculcate saving for Indian citizen, and eligibility, like who all can apply for PPF or who all can open the public provident fund account. So Indian resident can open. NRI, HUF are not eligible to open PPF account. Yes, on behalf of minor, parents can open the account, but there are certain limits. For example, if I have an account in my name, I can open an account in the name of my child. There will be two accounts where my PAN will be used, but the limit, if I'm trying to avail the tax benefit under Section 80C, so only one account, like 1,50,000, will be eligible for the limit. And it was introduced in 1968 by Government of India. We say that 15 years. So 15 years is the time horizon. Premature closures are also possible, but after completion of 5 years. Once we see the illustration, we'll come to know how do these part can be understood. And it's not the entire amount which you can withdraw. 50% amount can be withdrawn, and that too based on certain conditions. Once it comes to interest rate, it keeps on changing. Government of India that revises the interest rate on quarterly basis. Currently, the interest rate which is prevailing of Public Provident Fund is 7.1%. It is calculated on compounded on an annual basis. But we prefer, if you are investing in PPF and you are contributing, you should invest before 5th of every month. Because if you are investing after 5th of month, the interest for that month will not be considered. So take this point, if you are investing, if you are putting your contribution in PPF account, try to ensure that you are investing before 5th of that month. How many installment you can put? Yes, 12 installment. Minimum contribution is 500 per annum and maximum is 1.5 lakh. If you are unable to pay or if you forgot to pay for 1 year, you can revive your account by paying a very less penalty of ₹50 and the account will be revived. 1.5 lakh will be the limit ATC. And what is EEE? E is exempt, exempt, and exempt. What exactly that means? Investment you made in this PPF account is covered under ATC. So that is exempt. Then second E stands for interest you earn on that amount. That is also tax free. And the withdrawals, the maturity amount which you receive from PPF account is also tax free. But here are certain rules related to new tax regime and old tax regime. If you are following old tax regime, it is fine with you. And for new tax regime, these deductions will not be counted. Other benefits for PPF are loan facility. Loan facility you can avail from the 3rd year of the account. Partial withdrawal after 5 years. Here the nomination facility is available. What happens once there is a demise of account holder? The nominee account will be closed after providing certain documentations which are essential, and then the account amount will be transferred to nominee. It won't be continued in the name of now. It will be closed. And it can't be joint. I have discussed about the eligibility part that NRI HUF cannot be open, but yes, it cannot be open in joint name. It will be in the single name only. Now, how to open? You have certain designated offices, post offices, bank. In post office also you can open the account. Then banks are there, public nationalized bank and private banks are also there. In most of the banks, you can easily open the account online by providing KYC documents, that is know your client document, PAN, Aadhaar, address proof. These all, if you are uploading online, you can easily process your PPF account. What are the different investment options? As I said that in 1 year, 500 is the minimum amount which you are paying and 1,50,000 is the maximum amount you can invest in PPF account. You can make it into different installment, 12 installments per year. Maximum are 12 installment per year. Now there are different options like if we compare it, although I don't prefer comparing one instrument with other until and unless they are having same features. There are certain features which you can see on your screen, like fixed deposit, ELSS, NSC. They are category wise, these instruments are different. For example, if I talk about FD, FD is giving you currently 7.25% interest. There is no lock-in period. If you are going for 1 year FD, after 1 year you can withdraw. If you withdraw your FD after 6 months, there will be certain penalty based on different banks and you can withdraw. So that means risk is low, it is taxable. The interest which you are earning from FD will be added in your income and then it is taxable. Once it comes to PPF, it is tax-free, means it has triple E benefit, which is more than fixed deposit. Risk is low in both the cases. Guaranteed return in PPF is 7.1%. FD interest keeps on changing. Suppose you are booking an FD today for 1 year, next year interest might change. So that is not fixed. Now, ELSS is completely market linked, that is equity linked saving scheme, means we are investing in mutual fund. So that is subject to market risk. If market is giving good return, if your scheme is giving good return, then your amount is getting appreciated. And what it provides, the tax benefit under section 80C. The amount you are investing under ELSS, that is also 1,50,000 rupees maximum. And ELSS schemes are locked for 3 years. Whatever you are investing today in ELSS mutual fund will be locked for 3 years. If it is SIP, each and every SIP will be blocked for 3 years. Now coming to NSE, that is similar to PPF. Interest is taxable over here and the risk is low. National Savings Certificate we are talking about NSE. So although these products are falling somehow with low risk category, apart only for ELSS where the risk is high, but if you compare the return, there will be a difference. PPF, FD and NSE are falling in terms of return, they are falling quite similar, but ELSS is away from them because the product is different. Now, another point is related to PPF interest calculation and its maturity. Interest is calculated annually and compounded annually. But why we are saying on monthly basis, it is whatever amount is this, interest is calculated on that amount. Maturity is 50 years, 15 years, but you can extend it for the block of 5 years. For example, I have invested in PPF and that PPF account has completed 15 years. Now I can extend my PPF for 5 more years. Once I complete those 5 years, again I can extend it for 5 more years. So this way it can be extended for the block of 5 years. It can be with or without contribution. For example, if I want to extend my account, but I don't want to pay any amount or I don't want to invest any amount in, that can also be done. If I want with the same contribution or little less and more, that can also be done. So with or without contribution, extension in PPF account can be done. Again, full amount, maturity amount will be tax-free. All the triple E benefit will be available for even in extension as well. Withdrawal and closure, these are certain points which we need to discuss at withdrawal. If my PPF has completed 15 years, I want to withdraw, I can withdraw the entire amount and close my account. I can extend it for further block of 5 years and can keep the amount there only. Or if I want, I can withdraw 60% of the amount, can leave the rest amount. That is my choice. Now, second point says premature closure. Premature closure can be done after 5 years, but there are certain special conditions. What are those special conditions? These are in case of any like disease, then it could be higher education of your child. These kind of conditions could be there so that you can go for premature closure. By submission of certain documents, it can be closed. Transferable, your PPF account is transferable from one bank or any of the, for example, you have opened the PPF account with one bank and you want to transfer it to some other bank. It can be done. It is transferable. By giving a request to that bank where you have account, it will be transferred to another bank. Legal immunity is one more important aspect related to PPF. That simply means the amount which is there in PPF, it cannot be attached with any kind of legal cases. Right. So just understand in other way also, this amount cannot be attached to any kind of legal issues. But if there is issue related to income tax, that can be attached based on the circular which I have gone through. Based on this, I am reiterating that it is, if there is income tax issue is there, then legal immunity will not work. But legal immunity is okay in case of court cases, but not related to income tax. Now, loan facility. PPF account provides you loan facility from the 3rd to 6th financial year. You have completed 3 years, you can go apply for loan, but it is up to 6th financial year. How much amount you can take the loan? Whatever amount is there, maturity amount means your PPF contribution is there, 25%, maximum up to 25% of your balance that you can take. You will understand it more with the help of example, which I have added in the last slide. Now, loan amount, you understood how much loan amount we are eligible for, but that should be within 3 to 6 financial year. How to repay? You need to repay it within 36 months, means 3 years. For example, if someone has taken a loan and he wants to go for another loan, first repayment is necessary. Once he repay the loan, first loan, then he can go for second loan. But both the loan should be taken within 3 to 6 financial year only. After 6 financial year, loan facility is not available. What are the interest rate which is charged on the loan amount, which will be 1% higher than the PPF interest rate, which is prevailing. For example, prevailing interest rate is 7.1%. So 8.1% will be the interest rate which will be charged on that loan which they are taking. Partial withdrawal after 5 years is limited. Premature closure is allowed only in specific conditions, specific circumstances with a penalty. So your the PPF interest rate will be lowered up. Penalty charges will be deducted from that. If we talk about the benefit related to PPF, yes, it is safe because it is backed by the government, tax efficient. It provides triple exempt. Long-term saving. This is 15 years is a long time horizon where whatever you are putting for your saving, even if it is giving 7.1%, that is also a good corpus which you will accumulate. We are not, for investing in other instrument, you are getting risk also associated with that. But here, if we talk about the diversification, there should be certain point which should be allocated towards the instrument which are safe. This instrument is ideal for risk-averse investors who are seeking for stable return. They know that 7.5% return will be there. The stability is there. It is not having any kind of risk, market risk. But is it okay? Is it good for everyone? How much amount you should invest? For that, you should consult with your financial advisor for personalized advice if it suits you or not. Here, I'm just telling you the entire key points or benefits, advantage, or the facilities which is provided. Now let's understand the example which I told you, which are very minute and people might get confused while understanding this. So for example, if someone has opened the account of 1st of April 2000, the last installment will go on 31st of March 2015. Here, one contribution means one financial year. So financial year means 1st of April 2000 to 31st March 2001 is one financial year. That is why you can see this is 0 and last one is 15. If this person who has started investing in PPF in 2000 wants to withdraw, can withdraw on 1st of April 2015. After completion of this, 1st of April 2015, he can withdraw the amount. Here, if taking an assumption that person is investing 1,50,000 per annum, first interest will be 10,650, closing balance will be this. Based on that, you can just extrapolate this in Excel and you will find the value. With the same yearly contribution, that person will get maturity amount as 40,68,209. Here, the assumption is taken as 7.1% interest rate. If interest rate changes, this maturity amount of the closing balance will also change. Fine. Now, moving towards the loan eligibility. If someone wants to go for loan, here you can see third. Here, this person has completed 3 financial year. Now, the amount of loan he can take is 40,162. How do I get this amount? It is 25% of the first year amount. Similarly, this you can see 83,000. This is 25% of the closing balance of 2002. And similarly here and here. So from 3rd to 6th year, he can withdraw. How much he can withdraw? Here in my closing balance, it was 1,60,000. If it is less, you will just do 25% of closing balance of first year will be 3rd year's loan eligibility. I hope you understood about the loan eligibility criteria. Now the withdrawal rules, once it completes 7 years, means here he has contributed till 2006. On 2007, he can withdraw this much amount. This is what? 50% of the previous balance, this one, or you can reduce 4 more years. So either 50% of this or this, like 4 years. You will go back 4 years from here, and out of these two, whichever is lower will be your withdrawal amount. Similarly, for these all, you can easily calculate. For example, if I'm talking about 3,57,000 in this 2008, how this amount is received? That means the previous year, 13,94,000, this amount, then you can go 4 years back from this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can calculate 50%. Whichever is lower will be withdrawal amount. Okay. So 3,57,000 he can withdraw on 31st March 2008. So this is what you can understand for PPF loan calculation, how the maturity amount will, how the contribution will give you the interest amount, and this interest is compounded annually. That's all about PPF. So I hope you have understood clearly about important aspects, and few things which you might be confused are clear now. So thank you everyone for watching. Have a nice weekend. Thank you.